What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with some more Metallica. This time we're checking out Halo on Fire. Now, this is definitely most requested song that I have received over my course of reacting to Metallica. I don't know how I haven't gotten to this yet, but we are here now. So it's time to shut up and turn it up. Right off the bat. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. I don't even have my good headphones in, y'all. How could I have forgotten that? I gotta put in my good headphones. Sitting there, I use those small ones when I'm doing music production, so I can, as I switch in between to make sure it sounds good. But here we go. Now we're back in the game. Much better. So, we don't have the context of the lyrics yet, but just based off what we've heard at the beginning, kind of a contrast, right, between really like doom, 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 and then ascending to the high notes and everything. Now I'm hearing Halo on Fire, and the thing that I'm thinking of right now is kind of like how like a Grey Warden. Those of you who are Star Wars fans, somebody who is good, right, but also dabble in the bad. So I'm thinking of like an angel, but it's on fire, right? So you kind of got the best of both worlds, right? Ichigo, if you guys are anime fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So very good way of kind of opening it up, because you never know where it's going to go depending on the intro. And there's one thing that Metallica is really good at, is really, really good intros. Commands your attention immediately, tells you to obey. All right, let's go. Let's get it. So yeah, this is definitely one of their most, and every single one of their songs, sound complete and everything, but I'm getting a real full sense of complete, like a full body of good work here, especially when we talk about concepts and themes that we hear all throughout the music. So during the lyrics, right, more kind of, nothing's heavy, nothing's super, going super fast, right? So like mellow and everything as he starts to explain what's going on. And kind of like how I predicted at the beginning, where you're kind of like an angel, but you're a demon at times and everything, the way he was kind of talking, where he was like, obey, right? Concede, like yield to me and everything. But then as the chorus started coming in, I got kind of a sense of, angel at the day, and then like darkness during the night, like demon during the night. That's when all desires and stuff starts coming out and everything. And that's also represented by the aggressive nature of how everything turned aggressive as the chorus started coming in, right? To kind of give you that sense like, yeah, all right. And now we're getting right back into the somber stuff as he continues to tell the story. So let's keep going. These are sorrowful, sustained notes right here. Misery. James' vocals on this is pristine. Oh, we revving up the gears now, y'all. Switch on the cadence and singing. Like this. Okay, hold on. I try to make my pauses strategic, right? Because musical, in music theory and music concepts, you can kind of tell when a solo or something's about to come on. Verse, chorus, verse. You guys already know that. We've heard it thousands of times. Now that I've got a little bit more context, this song based off the lyrics is almost like describing the turning, right, from what you used to do, obey and everything, and abide like the rules, like let's say like the rule, the land, the laws of the land, you know what I mean? But the minute that you start looking the other way or, engaging in mischievous activities is when the downfall starts happening. You know what I mean? And the darkness starts growing more and more and more inside, right? So in one of those lyrics where he says, "I fear to turn off the light because the darkness won't go away." When you do turn on the light, it creates a shadow. And sometimes as the light starts to dimmer, that shadow starts to grow, like get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you turn all the way off. Now you're completely enveloped in darkness, right? So this turn from good over to bad, right, is the same as the light kind of dimming in the shadow, or the darkness in yourself just growing and growing and growing. Now, it's not to say that the goodness is not still in you, because, yin and yang, you don't know like what is bad if you don't know what good is, right? What is night if there's not a sun, right? They both coexist and everything. But now you're not that angel anymore. And it's interesting that they say on fire. Fire is something that burns consistently, it's something that's always with you. I mean, not always with you, sorry. It's just something that, unless it's put out, it's always going to continuously burn as long as it has substance. What's that substance? I guess you could say it's the actions that's leading you down to the darkness. Now, the darkness, right? Generally, when you shouldn't be doing something, it feels good. So you do it even more and more and more and more. Fire grows the more that you feed it, right? Light dimming, shadow getting bigger, getting brighter. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking of right now. If you didn't skip that, skippers. Too dark to sleep, can't slip away. Open or close, my eyes betray. Beyond the black, come won't you stay? Beyond the black. These rhythm switches, I think we had some time signature changes too. It's a wild ride. Yo, so interesting about that guitar solo was that it still even had that sense of darkness in it, right? Because of the grit that was in the guitar. So that was also amazing. Also, whatever it is sound, it sound like it's a cymbal, but the way that he's kind of hitting the cymbal make it sound like this shh. And that can give you that's almost like the sound, like a drum sound of something that's burning, like something on fire, right? Y'all hear that? On fire. And this sudden change, this sudden like this is such a huge contrast, right? So that's why I think the halo, fire. So now we've returned to the good, you know. But do you realize how overpowering all the aggressiveness is, right? Because there is a way to have something aggressively sound smooth, right? You either incorporate a lot of like when we're talking going about like making something sound aggressive but smooth at the same time. Generally, what you will hear is instead of hearing distortion or grit and something like that, or really, really loud, amped up stuff, they will approach it with layers, right, to make it a little bit more emotional, like a gradual kind of turn, kind of like the same stuff you hear in like orchestra, right? Versus if you want to go with something heavy, you can achieve that effect with just one guitar, right? Because a guitar is it's a multiverse instrument, right? You can start, throw some whammies on there. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, but throw a whole lot of grit in there just with two. I mean, and I guess you could say the same thing about soft songs, but just with two guitars, you could bring some of the most heaviest stuff that possible. You up the amp and throw some distortion and stuff on there. You get mad and everything. But in this case, right, they decide to go with, I think it's one guitar. And the cymbals kind of going crazy to help the rhythm. And then it looks like we also have the bass guitar going on. But that contrast, right? That's what we're hearing right there. So I love that. So this feels like a solution, a resolution in the song. Never mind. It still sounds like a resolution. And with the given lyrics right there. Holding it. tell you, that sounded like a solo that did not want to end, right? They did not want to let you go. They kept rocking all the way to the end. See, look, check this out, yo. I'm a shallow breather, right? Sometimes reactions can be dangerous for your boy because I'm a shallow breather already. There are times where I'll just take like the smallest amount of breaths and then I'll exhale. But whenever I'm listening to something as epic as that last guitar solo, I mean, God, I'm telling y'all, they was like, we ain't going out without a bang. Hey, that's that breath stopper stuff, right? You just forget to breathe, right? There's only one command, and the command is thou shalt headbang and not breathe for the duration of this solo. And that's exactly what happened here. Okay, like I said, I don't know why it took me so long to get to this video. It's probably, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably the view duration. Anytime I'm doing like reactions to Metallica and everything, if I showed you guys like my graph of my performance, all of my dips are doing my commentary. You know what I mean? So that ends up with my view duration being like 4 minutes on an 8-minute song, which hurts my channel. So, I obviously want to grow my channel, so I stick to more shorter stuff, right? But for those of you who don't skip my commentary, highly thank you, because you are definitely helping the channels in more ways than you think. All right. Anyways, another Metallica reaction for the books. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.